Two Canadians accused of being involved in a penny stock fraud have been arrested in Thailand. The pair is amongst 9 men accused of scamming more than $140 million from investors worldwide. Let's get more on the story now from Ashley Patterson. She, of course, is Yahoo Finance's senior editor. This story, if you've invested any money in the market, would make you want to hide under your covers.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the stuff that movies are made of. You know, we see fake passports, fake aliases, wiretaps. It's like a great episode of Breaking Bad, essentially. But as
some great Canadian content too.
Yeah, absolutely. But as you said, it has investors essentially running scared.
Yeah.
So investors were affected in 35 different countries around the world, and as you mentioned, it's $140 million worth of losses. Penny stocks in general are pretty risky. So I think investors probably knew going in that this was definitely something that was risky. But to lose that much money has got to be, not very nice.
Who hasn't invested? Have you invested in penny stocks?
No, never.
Okay, I did in my in my younger days. I got burned like a lot of people do because it is so alluring. I mean, penny stocks are just that. Stocks are trading under $1 and you figure what? Throw a couple $1,000 at it, see what happens. You never know. But in this case, it really has huge implications. What's been the reaction that you've been garnering thus far on this story?
Well, basically, it's been unprecedented.
Yeah.
This is the biggest penny stock fraud investigation in history, essentially. And
pump and dump scheme.
Pump and dump scheme as well. So essentially what they did, or what they're alleged to have done, is that they bought controlling stakes in a number of sketchy kind of startup companies. They offloaded these onto investors after they essentially put out on social media channels, through email, through fake press releases, great news about these companies, so they inflated the prices and then offloaded them on investors, unsuspecting investors across the world. So I think it's surprising, actually, that I think a lot of people are surprised that Canadians are involved in this. I mean, 4 out of the 9 people arrested were Canadian, 5 of them are American. Yeah. That's what I've been really seeing from our readers anyway at Yahoo Finance.
What do you make of that?
It's
interesting. Is that just a coincidence, or is it just?
I don't think it's necessarily a coincidence. I just think that we've never seen something so elaborate yet on this size of a scale, really. And to know that, Maritimers, people who lived in Toronto, are involved is kind of surprising, I think.
Absolutely. All right, let's shift gears a bit and talk about the markets. They've been quite volatile. Well, the markets are always volatile, and as my senior producer says, I like to use the word skittish. Well, guess what, folks? The markets are skittish today because we have the U.S. Federal Reserve, the Federal Open Market Committee's minutes that are coming out from the meeting that they had on July 30th. Ahead of that, we've seen a lot of tepid trading activity, and we'll get to the Dow in just a second. It is down, though, folks, in case you're interested. But what do you make of that? All eyes on the U.S. Fed. It really has been quite the year, has it?
It really has been, yeah. And I mean, we've been seeing through different Fed presidents some gleanings of when this actual tapering is going to happen.
Right,
so when
the stimulus.
Exactly, when the $85 billion a month bond buying program is going to be sucked out of the market, essentially. And so that's why investors are nervous. When is this going to happen? We've seen that there's been potential news that it might happen at the end of September. And it's all based upon, the growth that's happening in the U.S. Is the U.S. recovery stabilizing? And can the Fed actually afford to take the stimulus measures out of the market? So investors are kind of nervous right now. I mean, minutes will be released at 2 p.m. Eastern time, so we'll just have to see how markets react after that.
Absolutely. All right, Ashley, first time on Canada Live with us.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate your input.
Great,
and we'll have you back. All right, folks, that, of course, is Ashley Patterson of Yahoo Finance.